Yeah.
Perfect. So, thank you. All right. So let's get going. So we will talk about meditation, uh, how we can get into a little deeper meditation. That's the whole point, because we have been doing meditation. So a couple of things, certainly we'll recap that what we do is a breath meditation, because you may have heard different types, different way of doing things. The way we do is purely observing our breath. So we breathe in, breathe out. That is the main purpose. Now, we will come back to this topic in a later slide, that what does exactly zero thought, or when we say thoughtlessness, what does it mean? But idea is that we should reach a state where, in a way, we can say we are in a thoughtless state, but that does not mean we will have no thoughts. Only simply you can take it as we are not paying attention to. Now, why we pay so much attention to breath? Though it seems very insignificant phenomena, I mean, you are taking breath without any effort, without anything to think about or to pay attention to, then why is it so important? Because conscious breathing brings you in the present moment. Now, this is one major thing. If we look at it differently, maybe you can change the way you look at meditation. So meditation does not only means that eyes closed and I'm doing meditation. You can do meditation even while walking with your eyes open. So what is the difference? Or in other words, if you want to see what is the commonality when we say that is also meditation or this is also meditation. In both the cases, you are present in the moment. So when you are observing your breath, thoughts are coming, but you are going back to your breath. That means you are trying to be only at one place at a time. Your focus is only at one place at a time. Same thing happens when you're, say, having dinner. If you're eating and watching TV or something, then you are not in the moment. So you're walking, you may enjoy nature or you are in your own thoughts. If you rather focus on what you are doing, that means you are in the present moment. And this is the key to improve your meditation. If we can improve this, that you can be in the moment, your meditation will improve automatically when you are sitting with eyes closed. So this is one key thing which you can practice throughout the day, not only when you are doing meditation. So when you are in your meeting, how many times we are thinking about something else? When someone else is presenting, we are doing some other, making some other notes or planning something else, or, you know, depending you are in person or online, because we are not in the present moment. If we can do that practice, then when you are sitting, you will sit very comfortably with less and less thoughts affecting you. Why? Because when you are in the present moment, which we may say meditation, so we'll keep interchanging these terms, we are not sleeping and we are not in kind of a state where we don't know what's happening. No. We are awake, yet we are kind of sleepy. That means we are conscious, but we are conscious mind. And this is when we get a lot of cosmic energy, and this is what goes through our body and unblocks any blockage in our body. It also activates our third eye. So that was one of the major things to understand. Be in the moment. You may have heard this term, but it's easier said than done. It is something one need to practice. Now, benefits will skip because this is something like we have done before and nothing different. Steps, we know. Very comfortable posture. We close the eye, observe the breath, and ignore the thoughts. Now, here the key thing is ignore. And the fact, please don't try to control. We cannot control our thought. If you try to control your thoughts, a lot of time we end up with frustration only. Why? You can manage, but don't try to control. So again, be comfortable when you sit so that you don't feel disturbed after a short while. And then just rest your attention on your breath. You can witness your breath, feel it as you breathe in and as you breathe out. You can feel the sensation. And the more you can focus on that, the less thoughts will disturb you because your focus is already somewhere else. And that will be the first step of getting into deeper meditation. We are using breath as an anchor. And the way to observe is to feel it. Otherwise, how do you observe your breath? So that is why we say feel it. And you can feel the sensation. That's easy. It's something which, how do you do? So that's one thing that we can practice. Now, anytime you realize that, okay, I was stuck in a thought, no problem, don't fight, no worries, just switch back to your breath. This is a practice. It won't come in day one, week one, month one, maybe. You have to keep trying. And there is no limit that, okay, in 1 week or 1 month, I must be good at it or whatever. Doesn't matter. It will keep happening. Because don't try to reach a state where for 1 hour, if you're doing meditation or half an hour, whatever your time is, you will have zero thoughts for an entire period. That will not happen. So thoughts will come. All we have to do is keep switching, keep switching. So when you end, again, we don't just open eyes. It gets, we don't want body to go into shock. So that's why we slowly do step by step and open our eyes, because our mind is in subconscious side. So you don't want to give a shock to the mind and all of a sudden you open the eyes, all the senses, energy, everything is going, and you don't want that. Now, why we say this, that you will have thoughts, because if you really see, like any other organ, brain has a function as well. So the heart is pumping the blood, kidney is doing its job of purifying, liver is doing its work, detox, and lung is doing its work of respiration. So how can we expect brain not to work during meditation? We cannot tell our heart, I'm doing half an hour meditation, please don't pump the blood. No way. We know what it will mean. So similarly, the brain will do its work. And we did one experiment that the more you think about it, if you try not to think about food, the more you chase, the more you get into the pain. That means the more you persist, the more you insist, it persists. So we don't do that. So what's important, again, to understand here is living in the moment. Because we are hardwired. By the age 35, we are 90%, all our habits, everything is formed. So now let's come into what is really thoughtlessness. So when you are in meditation, between the two thoughts, you will have a period when there is really no thoughts. Initially, it could be 5 seconds, 10 seconds. That means truly 10 seconds, you had no thoughts, and then another thought came. So you had a period of 10 seconds of thoughtlessness. Great. Celebrate it, acknowledge it. Because this is the most common mistake. People think, oh, it was only 10 seconds. What a big deal. No, it is a big deal. And the more of these 10 seconds you get, slowly you will now get 30 seconds window. Over a couple of weeks, over a couple of months, whatever that may be. Now, between two thoughts, you can sit average about 30 seconds. And after continuous another couple of weeks or couple of months, this 30 may become 60. That means between two thoughts, now you can have a gap of 60 seconds. And this is a big victory as you are increasing this window. And this is what meditation is all about. So when we practice, we don't expect straight away jumping into 1 hour, no thoughts. No, people get frustrated, they leave meditation. And this is one of the biggest factors. They say, I can't control my thoughts. That is the first fundamental misunderstanding, the way we understand thoughtlessness, or the way it is said, it is not clear enough what exactly thoughtlessness is. So look for small windows, 5 seconds, 10 seconds, and let it increase slowly and slowly. And then between two thoughts, you see the gap increasing. That's perfect. That's all we want. Now, one big factor, why we are talking about this and why we get thoughts and frustration and all that thing, how our body works. So one very big factor, or why we are doing meditation, all these things. We do meditation to get into subconscious mind. Now, one thing to understand here is the effect of stress. So what happens is, by nature, most of us are negative. That means the negative thoughts comes much easily than the positive thoughts. So what happens when a person is negative, or you are full of negativity, or you are thinking negative, or influenced by your group, colleagues, friends, family, if they are all full of negativity, every day you're going through a lot of senses giving you information, feedback, all other things, everything is negative. So what will happen? The body will release hormones according to your input. If your input is negative, you get a lot of stress related hormones, which are cortisol, adrenaline. Now, your work stress, driving, traffic, weather, whatever that may be. But the biggest thing is your thoughts. You may be driving just for half an hour, work is 8 hours, but you are with yourself full 24 hours. And that's why we say, manage your thoughts, because you cannot run away from yourself. 24 hours you are with you. And if you are a negative thinking person, the body can tolerate stress or cortisol, adrenaline, for a short period of time. In animal kingdom, when say a lion is chasing a deer, the chase is only a couple of minutes. Either the lion will give up or the deer will give up. And after the deer is saved alive, the deer will sit down, relax, and regenerate. But what we do is, we never get that time of sit, relax, and regenerate. We spend our life most of the time during the day, other than when we are sleeping, in the stress. So cortisol is continuously released. So what it does, first thing, what we call fight or flight system. So body releases thinking you are in danger. You need cortisol or adrenaline, which is good for a short period of time. But long term, what it does is it's cut down the energy to your immune system. It cut down the energy to your digestive system. So the most important factor for our health, which is our immune system, is compromised the moment we are in stress. And then we expect to stay healthy. How? You are in stress all the time. Cortisol is high. And then you get all kind of, insulin resistance. You have all kind of even cortisol resistance, all kind of issues in the body. This is why we do meditation. Because in meditation, we are switching sides. We are going from what we say sympathetic nervous system, which is stress factor, to parasympathetic nervous system, which is creative zone, which is taking out from the stress. And that is why we need meditation, because that's the only way you can get into your subconscious mind with your own control so easily any time of the day you want. And that is where suggestibility is high, because subconscious mind, there is no analytics. Entire analytics is only in your conscious mind. Why, this, that, all the questioning. Now, what happens is once you are not in fight or flight mode, then you go easily in your subconscious mind. So conscious mind is beta waves, and then we get into alpha, theta, or delta. If you're really good, like Buddhist monk, or people like Sadhguru or Dalai Lama, they will go to gamma state easily. Our attempt is come from beta to alpha or theta, get into delta, excellent. you are into good healing mode. Why? Because as you cross the analytical mind, right from beta to alpha, this is where your subconscious mind starts. The moment you keep going down, your body will regenerate. You are getting new upgrades. You know, your genes will get upgrades. Because ultimately how every cell is functioning in your body. Different cell multiplies at different time. How do they get this? It is all flow of information, signals. And that is how, if your mind is healthy, that means calm down, not in fight or flight mode, then the signals going to your body, different organs, different systems is healthy. That means they are what's supposed to be. No mutation, no corruption of that information. It goes and it does what it's supposed to do. Because when the communication breaks down, that is when we get all kind of non-standard proteins produced by different genes which are not supposed to be. So this is what happens that we have to be very careful of. Now, one more thing which comes into this, which is very important. Again, understanding the impact of thoughts. That your personality is creating your personal reality. So we are coming from your personal reality and we'll go backward. So whatever your personal reality is, it is coming from your personality. Depending on how you think, which will decide how you act, which will decide how you feel. If you are angry man, always agitated, you will be always frustrated, always full of stress. But if you're a calm person, jovial, you will be spreading kind of positive energy around you. You will be cool, calm, you will be helping others. People around you will be cool, calm, and working normally, and they will be feeling great. So depending which side of the spectrum you are. So if you want to change your personal reality, you want your wish to come true, you have to change your personality. Because as we saw, by age 30, 35, you're 90% locked. Your habits are formed. So same thoughts will give you same choices. Same choices will give you same actions. Same experience, same feeling. Nothing will change. And 90% of the thoughts, what we get every day is same as day before. So let's understand this, because if we understand this, you will understand that there is nothing big, in being supernatural. Everyone has that capacity and capability. So what is it? Depending on your thoughts, you will make your choices. If you're a negative person, or if you are always frustrated, if you're always late, so you are lazy, whatever that your case may be. So say you're always running behind, so you leave late. You know it's a half an hour drive to work, you leave just half an hour before. That's your choice. Now there will be traffic, weather, a lot of conditions. Now your behavior will be accordingly. You don't have time, and now you are getting crankier, crazier. You're driving like crazy. So what will be the experience? Full of frustration. When you reach work, if you're 5 minutes late, what will be the emotion? You are kind of hiding from everyone, that nobody should see that you are late. When you have negative emotions, what chemicals our body will release? Cortisol, adrenaline. Depending on the chemical will be the environment inside your body, which will dictate the genes and the proteins. So negative chemicals, negative proteins. That means all kind of diseases, all kind of issues in the body. Now, if you change your thoughts, you leave 10 minutes early. Why? Because now you are a calm person. You're not negativity. You understand, you want to change. You are capable of switching. Your choice will be, okay, I should leave either early or take a different route, whatever it is. What will be the behavior? If you have time, you're not running around like a headless chicken, and you'll go easy. Your behavior will be normal. Even if, bad weather, you have extra time, you go normal. You're not yelling at anyone. You're not crazy. Your experience will be that you are reaching your office in time, smiling, And then emotions will be obviously neutral to positive. They won't be negative because you are in time. And when you have positive emotions, you will have right chemicals. They could be dopamine, they could be serotonin, oxytocin. These are all positive chemicals. They will give you happiness. They will give you positivity in the day. And then when you do it every day, it becomes your habit. When it becomes your habit, it becomes your personality. And your personality creates personal reality. And then people may think you are supernatural, but you started your journey from thoughts. So from thoughts, you have to make your way all the way to other side of the spectrum, which is your whatever you want, things will come true. Why? Because the right chemicals come from emotions come from your experience, which comes from your behavior, which comes from your choice, and choice comes from your thoughts. So that is why in meditation we keep saying, work on your thoughts. You are balancing your thoughts, you are managing your thoughts, not controlling. You cannot control your thoughts. When you do that, you can see, your energy centers in the body, or chakras, we call it, they will get aligned. And you will see after meditation, this is from BioWell instrument, which can measure the energy with human energy field in our body. And let's look at some of the things which may help you in achieving good or deep meditation. So first thing, no expectation. Just surrender. Once you have decided, don't worry what will happen, when will happen, how it will happen. No, you're doing meditation, you will reach there. Don't have too many strings attached. Just surrender. Trust in the process, trust in yourself. Second, drop your ego. Very big factor. What does it mean? You're focused on your breath. You have to forget your body, you have to forget your mind. All the things that you possess will be related to your body, your mind, your job, your wealth, your home, your family. Forget everything. Try to focus just on your breath. If you can drop your ego, all the thoughts associated with it will automatically be dropped. Because this is the one big factor why we get so many thoughts. Another thing, just bring a gentle smile on your face before you meditate. It relaxes the vagus nerve. Vagus nerve is the longest nerve from our eye to the bottom of your nerve, backbone, spine. The moment you just bring a gentle smile, even if you fake it, it relaxes the vagus nerve. Immediately it starts taking you out from the stress, which is fight or flight system. You may use eye mask if that helps you. Sometime extra light initially. Later on you will do without this, but initially you can use a piece of cloth. Just gently put around your eyes, not too tight. Early morning, if you can, if your lifestyle allows, for sure. Why? Biologically, it will help you. In the nighttime, melatonin is very high, 1 to 4 a.m., highest amount of melatonin in the body. What is melatonin? This is a neurotransmitter or chemical, that relaxes you. So the moment there is a dark outside, the body says, okay, it's nighttime, and body starts releasing melatonin. It stops producing serotonin, and it upgrades to melatonin until morning. So if you can do early morning, not necessarily get up at 4, no, 5 o'clock, 6 o'clock, 7 o'clock, whatever works for you. It will help you rather than doing, say, middle of the day. And breathing, 5 minutes breathing before meditation. Simple, what we say, alternate nostril, if you are not that, deep breathing, because it tells your brain you are safe. It takes you out of fight or flight mode. Otherwise, you cannot fool your brain. The brain says your pulse is down. Pulse can only go down when you're safe. If you are in danger, in fact, it will go up. So 5 minutes of breathing does a lot of, takes the effort out of getting into deep meditation. It takes you there right away. And if you can, do 5 minutes of stretching before breathing, then that will really help you. Why? Because when you do the breathing, it is relaxing your mind. But when you do 5 minutes of stretching before breathing even, it really opens up all the joints of the body and the energy flows well. So when you are doing your pranayam or deep breathing, ultimately we are doing the same thing. The energy body is helped that the energy should flow very easily through different energy centers or through what we say Ida, Pingla, the Nadi system in our body. So if you can do 5 minutes of just stretches, not some heavy exercises, 5 minutes of breathing and then meditation, it will help you tremendously. So dear friends, I know it was a little bit cramped in half an hour too much. The idea was at least some of you who were not able to attend the Saturday different session, just to recap some of the topics which will help you in getting into deep meditation. So if you have any question, please feel free to unmute yourself and ask before we do today's session of meditation.